Hello, friendly forest creatures, and welcome to the Botanical Biohacking Podcast. Today I want to talk about why Big Pharma can't heal you yet, but what you can do to start healing yourself and bringing about your best life possible. Medicine as we know it is an incredible achievement, but it's hit a plateau with chronic disease, and it's leaving many of us behind. This has made diagnosis and treatment frustrating for both doctors and patients. Old biology was looking at the human body as though it were more or less sterile and compartmentalized. It was enough to look for the bad bugs and try to kill them. This vantage point helped us zero in on killing pathogenic microorganisms. It helped save millions of lives, and I'm very thankful for this perspective. We now know that this model of thinking is only part of a much bigger picture. Without the whole story, we're missing the crucial pieces we need for advancing further, especially when it comes to chronic illnesses. Not understanding this other side of the puzzle prevents us from getting an accurate diagnosis. Without an accurate diagnosis, we are forced to chase symptoms and manage disease rather than truly restoring ourselves to health. Microbes and gases work both directly and indirectly to cause a phenomenon known as molecular mimicry. This is one of the reasons why even objective lab tests can be absolutely wrong. Directly, these microbes can hijack your endocrine system. Some endocrine disorders may actually be gut-based problems which are causing your hormones to become unbalanced. Indirectly, they can contribute to inflammation, and that can throw off a very special group of signaling molecules called gasotransmitters. Over the last 30 years, it's become apparent that these airborne neurotransmitters can transmit information across membranes and help with cellular communication and are essential to the regulation of every system in your body. When they become too dense, they destroy tissue and can derail your neurological system. They can cause brain damage and are associated with mental illness. But that's not to say that they're bad. We definitely need them. When they're too low, your cells can stop producing energy needed to maintain homeostasis in the body. All of your water pumps and energy regulation systems in the body depend on having this sweet spot of these gasotransmitters. These are the upstream regulators, and almost no one knows how to measure them. This means that your lab tests can be a big lie, and until more comprehensive testing becomes available, there is little your doctors can do to see through it. So how do we clear this molecular noise and get truly accurate diagnosis? First, let's bring this all down to earth, and I'll offer you some good news. Your body's microbiomes and the aerobiome of gases permeating your cells and acting as a bridge between other people can be cultivated like a garden. And just like a garden, no two systems are alike. This is what the new biology is based on. It looks at the human body as a series of ecosystems. They have microbial life, various gases, and electrical potential between them. The new biology looks at the pathogenic microorganisms and at the same time seeks to cultivate a garden within. The challenge is that not only are no two people alike, but your own body changes throughout the course of the day and, more importantly, throughout the course of the year. And when it comes to cultivating a garden, we have to consider whether it's winter or summer, whether we're in the tropics or in the desert or in the Arctic. When you see a soggy swamp, You'll need to use different methods to remediate it than if you're working in the desert trying to grow a garden. The unique patterns of your internal and external environment must be identified and fully understood before you can make meaningful changes. Cultivating your own internal Garden of Eden is something only you can do, although there are people who can help you get there. At its roots, it's the practice of knowing how to adjust temperature and moisture with respect to timing. This is where science and art come together. There are master gardeners who specialize in regulating these systems, but they don't always use the same language to explain what they do. Still, they are adept at identifying the underlying patterns and then guiding you back to homeostasis by regulating your gut microbiota, gasotransmitters, and more importantly, the timing. These are the gardeners that the new biology is coming to rest upon. Through studies on metabolomics and pharmacology, scientists are just starting to understand how these professionals are performing apparent miracles that until recently have defied scientific explanation. They are masters at working on the space between gas and microbiota, your own internal heaven and earth, which make up the ecosystems of your body. These gardeners are Chinese medicine doctors. They don't look at diseases so much as they look for the patterns of your microbiomes. They have been doing this work for thousands of years, keeping careful records, developing different schools of thought, and slowly advancing over the dynasties. Those gaseous neurotransmitters I mentioned before, and the relationship between gas and bacteria, that's called qi. It's not the force in Star Wars, but it is vital to the regulation of every energy system in your body, both at a systemic and cellular level. Even when you go in for something as simple as period cramps or abdominal bloating, they're able to help not only with the disease you came in for, but also with the remediation of your entire body as an ecosystem. They're helping you to understand yourself within the framework of the new biology to cultivate your internal gardens. With a balance of gasotransmitters and microbiota, you can enjoy your best life with growing strength, mental clarity, and resilience. I'm no longer taking new patients, but you can contact your state's or province's medical board to get a list of practitioners near you. I'm connected globally to brilliant colleagues who view the body through the lens of the new biology, and I would personally be happy to connect you so that you can start your journey today. Just as the gardens within us are connected, so too are all of us bound together through community health. This goes way beyond herd immunity. Our own health rests on the health of all people whom we share air with. This is our aerobiome, and cultivating it is both a personal journey and a community garden. Please share this with that person you care about who could use internal cultivation and would enjoy learning about cultivating their internal gardens. Thank you so much for listening to the Botanical Biohacking Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Andrew Miles.